The Loch Ness Monster refers to a legendary lake creature supposed to live or have lived in the Loch Ness, a lake in the Highlands of Scotland. It has long roused the fear of hikers, not only by its size but also by its hative history. All started 81 years ago when a picture of the Loch Ness Monster taken by a British doctor and published in the Daily Mail relaunched the debate about its existence. All legends have their symbol, a star, their poster boy. Barca has Messi, the lake monsters have Nessie, the very media Loch Ness monster. For some, Nessie would be the last survivor of the plesiosaurs, these great aquatic vertebrates contemporary with the dinosaurs. For others, the Loch Ness monster would look more like a giant sea lion or a snake. Assumption easily dismissed by the scientific authorities. The inability of the species to live in the cold and sweet waters of Loch Ness to the diet problem of a beast of this size. No need to look very far to seriously doubt the existence of Nessie. And yet, the legend is tenacious. The first observation of the Loch Ness monster dates from 565. Saint Columba, an Irish missionary who is credited with the evangelization of Scotland, falls face to face with a funeral procession on the banks of the Ness River. The mournful villagers confide their terror to the clergyman. Their unfortunate comrade has been the victim of the brutal attack of an unknown aquatic monster. Intrigued by cautious, the missionary sends a friend to inspect the waters of the lake. The bait works and the monster chases the poor disciple. But as the beast prepares to devour the Scot, Saint Columba makes a sign of the cross and exclaims, "Do not come near, do not touch this man, go and do not come back." The maneuver is a success. The Loch Ness monster stops short as if held by ropes and runs away without asking for his rest. Would it be less difficult to observe Nessie today if Saint Columba had not been so peremptory? Perhaps he could have thought of the generation of bounty hunters who today curse he is no longer returning, sitting by the lake under water spots, a camera around his neck. Obviously, a "do not come back right away" might have been enough. In these conditions, how can one blame Robert Kenneth Wilson and his acolytes, authors on April 21, 1934 of the famous photo of the Loch Ness monster, whose 81 years are now celebrated? Undoubtedly tired of waiting for this allegation of the lakes, the facetious conspirators decided one day to install a head of monster on a small remote-controlled submarine and to sell the photos to the Daily Mail. The publication of those images inflamed the press of the kingdom, and the deceit took years to be unmasked, making this gag one of the most famous hoaxes in the history of the joke. The proof: some continue to think that these photos are genuine, refusing to believe in manipulation. 81 years later, Nessie did not take a wrinkle. In my opinion, there isn't any monster in this lot. All those stories were invented to make the buzz and win money. It's the case for Robert Kenneth Wilson, who did The Machine. Also, images could be edited, so finally the subject is closed.